Hello everybody, it's Mystic and welcome back to my library. So this is just a quick little peek at the new beach farm here in Stardew Valley. Concerned Ape just released the 1.5 update today, so I thought it would be fun to kind of take a look at what's been added. I am super excited for this update because it adds not only a beach farm, but it does also add these new starting options. You can see them by clicking on the wrench icon on the starting screen, and it gives you some options to change things up a little bit with the community center and whatnot. So first of all, the first thing that you're going to see is the community center bundles. What changes with the community center bundles is if you choose remixed, it's going to vary which one starts first. So like in the original game, you always started with the foraging bundle first. That was the first one you always got. But with the remixed option, you could start with anything. You could start with the vault. You could start with the fishing tank. It doesn't really matter. The other thing that it added for the advanced game options is that you can choose to have a guaranteed year one completable community center. So what that means is one of the holdups for people that want to finish the community center in year one is getting a red cabbage seed from the traveling merchant, because I believe in year one that is the only way to get it, and if you're not lucky you might not get it and then you're gonna have to wait. And with red cabbage being a summer crop, that means you'd have to wait until summer of year two to be able to complete the community center. So checking this off means that you are going to guarantee that you're going to get a red cabbage from the merchant at some point in year one. Now, as for the mine rewards, this is going to change up which rewards are going to appear in the mines. And I think this means the rewards that you get from the chests at level 10, level 20, level 30, that sort of thing. So you might end up getting snow boots in level 10. You might get the slingshot at level 100. And the other option deals with the spawning of monsters on your farm. This will allow you to get monster spawns on any farm, not just the wilderness farm. The next part is profit margin. You can actually choose to decrease your profit margin on any of your items if you want to make the game a little bit more difficult. So if you want to not end up with so much money towards the end game, that would be a good choice to try there. The seed used to randomize the game world, I think, is if you decide to use a seed that somebody has given you online. You can also choose how many starting cabins you get and what the layout is of those cabins. So let's take a look at the ocean farm now. So right off the bat, this farm is gorgeous. Like everything is on a sandy beach. Your house is overlooking the water and it's just so pretty. The other thing that I thought was also very nice is the interior of the house as well. It's kind of this blue wall with palm trees and just very beachy looking. Even the floor and the walls, everything is just so island vibes kind of a thing. I really like the aesthetic of this one, probably even more so than the forest farm, which was my current favorite, but I think it just got dethroned. I'm not gonna lie. You can also see it on the map. It looks completely different. You can see that there's a beach and some islands off to the side. I like that look. That's really cool. A couple other things that were added in this pack are that you can now sit on benches or seats in general, which, you know, just kind of adds a little bit more immersion to the game. If you decide you want to sit next to your favorite villager, you can now. The other thing that you can do, which I don't think you were able to do in the past, is you can actually move the position of your bed. So now you don't want your bed in the corner in the beginning, you can put it somewhere else. Cool. Now, let's take a look at the exterior of the farm. This farm is massive. I feel like it's definitely bigger than most of the other ones, or at least it feels bigger. I don't know if maybe it's just me, but there is a whole lot of sandy beach area. Now, I do remember reading that you're not going to be able to use sprinklers in the sandy areas because you won't be able to keep them in the sand without them falling over. So keep that in mind. If you do use the beach, you're not going to be able to have sprinklers. So you're going to have to be careful with the crops that you're sticking in the sand because you are going to have to manually water everything. Now, don't worry though, there is actually a little plot of fertile area where you can put sprinklers. It's not that big. You're not going to have a ton of room there, but if you want to grow crops and have sprinklers, you can put it there. There's a good little pond for refilling your watering can, but I mean, just look at the size of this place. There's so much room. I haven't even looked at all of it yet. There's a whole part to the south here with some trees that are growing. This is going to be a great spot for not only fishing, but foraging as well, because you've got a lot of trees. You've got a lot of those bigger stumps that you can eventually start cutting down for hardwood. And I think you can also find treasure chests that wash up on the beach every now and then. Now, the farm that I'm on right now, there isn't one, but there is a chance for those to appear. I don't know if it's every day or if it's a couple of times a week, but either way, just make sure if you do use this one that you go around the perimeter of the farm and look to see if there are any chests. You can also pick up shells like you would if you were on the beach. And there's just lots of really cool places to explore. And honestly, like if you're a fisher, if you're a forager, even to some extent, just a regular farmer, there's a lot to do on this beach lot. It's definitely going to be more challenging with the lack of areas that you can put sprinklers in, but for the most part, this is going to be a really cool farm, and I can't wait to try it out and get to know a little bit more about it. So that was a quick little peek at what the 1.5 update added for the beginning of the game. You get the new farm, you get a couple of new options that can either make your game more difficult or a little bit easier at the beginning, and you get a new house. And yeah, I'm really excited to play this. Hopefully you enjoyed this quick little intro to this update, and I will see you next time. Bye.